Yo, what's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be doing a guide for 10.2 Season 3 for WindWalker monks. Let's get into it. First thing we're gonna look at is talents. As you see here, not a lot changed, boys. It's pretty much all the same, with the exception that because of our new tier set requires us to do spinning crane kick, then we have to go in Dance of Chichi. Otherwise, it looks very much the same. I'm still playing Whirling Dragon Punch down here. I'm still playing Ascension, and on the left side, everything is kind of the same as well. The only times you would change out this is if you would want more PvP healing for yourself, if you're a comp that runs a lot, or if you're against a hunter, then you would want Detox for silencing. So that's pretty much the only times you would change this out. You can also play Strength of the Spirit if you want more expel harm, and then take one off in Grace of the Crane. Otherwise, Close to Heart is very important because it gives you 8% increased healing for you, but also your teammates within 10 yards. So if you're playing a melee comp, it's really, really good. And you never really take Yulon's Grace anymore. You always pretty much take Diffuse. So yeah, they nerfed it too much, Yulon's, to where it's not that good anymore. You can take it if you're definitely not the target, but as a Windwalker monk, if you have no trinket, you can always be the target. So yeah, Diffuse is just a really, really good CD, which I wouldn't really change out for Yulon's Grace. Down in PvP talents, same old as well. We're running Turbo Fist, Alpha Tiger, Grapple Weapon, or Reverse Harm. There is a couple of arguments for Mighty Ox Kick. Sometimes you can use it, but most times you're better off with the Reverse Harm for more healing there, and additional chi, of course. But if there is maps where you can knock people down, you can of course use it, and it can be very beneficial. But yeah, that's pretty much the talent. Not a lot changed. We have to use Stench of Chichi now, and that's really what changed. Okay, moving on to our gear. So there's new tier sets in town, boys, and this tier set's a little bit of a weird one. The first tier set is free spinning cane kick grants blackout reinforcement, increasing the damage of your next blackout kick by 150. Melee abilities have a chance to grant blackout reinforcement. So just by hitting, you have a chance to get this buff. And for free spinning crane kicks, you also get it. As you see here, it is actually hooked up on the talent Dent of Chichi, so if you don't have this active, the tier set doesn't work for you, so you have to have that active, just remember that. For the foreset, it's Blackout Reinforcement, Empowered Blackout Kicks, reduce the cooldown of Fist of Fury, Rising Sun Kick, Strike the Windlord, and Whirling Dragon Punch by 3 seconds. Damage of Fist of Fury, Rising Sun Kick, Strike the Windlord, and Whirling Dragon Punch increased by 4%. So you see here, we have a big damage loss on our Fist and Fury and a little bit on our Rising Sun Kick compared to last season's tier set. But we have gotten a little bit of buffs to balance it out, so I think it's going to be just as the same as last season. It could You could get the thought that you have to play around your blackout reinforcements now, that you have to, stack them up for a burst and wait for it and then do it. No, don't do that. You do your damage rotation completely normal. This is just an added bonus that you get your Fist of Fury, Rising Sun Kick, Strike the Windlord, you get those things faster up. That's so cool. And then your blackout kicks sometimes hit harder. If magically they line up with your Serenity, with your Go, and you have a Blackout Reinforcement, yes, of course, do use your spinning crane kick to get it, and then of course use your Blackout Kick, especially if you've stacked up a couple of them, as you see here. You have Teachings out the Monastery. You stack this up. If you have 3 of these, it can definitely hit a lot, like a hard. I can show you here. So if I pop everything, 100k, 70k, 30k, 30k. So yeah, it hits really, really hard, right? But your strike the Windlord, your Rising Sun Kick, and your Fist of Fury does hit harder. So it's not worth it playing around it, but it's an added bonus to our rotation, which is just nice. Getting your cooldowns up faster is just always a bonus, and Blackout Kick hitting for more is, we'll take it. We can definitely have some interesting takes where someone's 30%, if you have 3 of Teaching Out the Monastery, and then you have this Blackout Reinforcement, you could potentially one-shot them, especially if you have Kiefer Skyreach with the crit. So yeah, there could be some interesting situations where you accidentally one-shot someone from 30%, 40%. and so on. But yeah, that's pretty much for the gear. Stat-wise, WindWalker's looking the exact same, boys. Kinda annoying. We don't really get any changes from new patches to new expansions. Almost, it's almost every time the same with WindWalkers. We're going verse, we're going mastery, and then we're going crit. That's your stats. It doesn't change. Hasn't changed for expansions. Not likely it will change for the next couple either. But yeah, that's for gear and stats. If we just have to talk about race real quick, the best races are still the same. Nothing changed. No races have been nerfed. So we're still looking at Orc at best. Then you have Night Elf if you're good at optimizing the Nelf stealth. You can do it in very certain situations that it can be insane. But if you're not the best at it, and it can be very RNG sometimes, you're just better off going Orc for the stun reduction. Especially because RMP is very good at the moment. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend RMP. Dwarf is decent for getting off bleeds and other stuff. It can be decent, but Orc is really the main guy that you want to be. Human is also okay, but boys, it's Orc. Okay, it's always been Orc. For the burst rotation, it's gonna look like the following. I'll show you the clip first of me bursting, where I don't do any pauses, and after that I'll do pauses and talk about what I do. Okay, now let's go in this clip and let me talk about what I'm doing in this clip and what you should be doing. So first of all, we're going to be going to a second target to not use our Skeever Sky Reach on the main target, and we're going to be building up our hit combo for 6% extra damage. Then we're going to be using our Swen for extra burst and extra haste on the go. We then Phalanx Stomp for the 12% damage of Fey exposure of a talent we have. We then Tiger Palm into a stun, into a Serenity, and then we strike at the Windlord as the first thing. Off that, I Rise and Sun Kick into a Fist of Fury, and off that Fist of Fury, I Rise and Sun Kick again. And for most targets, they're gonna be dead here. If they are not, then I would recommend doing a Blackout Kick into another Rise and Sun Kick. And then you have to make sure that your Phalanx is up. You see mine just fell down. So I'll Phalanx Stomp again for the Fey exposure, 8% damage on him. And then I'll Fist of Fury into a Rise and Sun Kick. And at this point, if they're still there, they're dead. So yeah, that's pretty much our go. We just have to make sure that we have all our modifiers up. As Fey exposure, Swin is really nice to have up as well. It's not always you can, but if it's possible, then the haste and the damage from Swin is actually a big deal. And then we do it into Rise and Sun Kick, Fist of Fury into or first of all we strike at the Windlord first. If you can have more targets there as pets or something like that, you do want to do that because every hit, every person or pet that strike the Windlord hits, you get a stack of Thunder Fury that you can explode at the target while melee attacking. But yeah, after striking Windlord, we do a Rise and Sun Kick into a Fist of Fury into a Rise and Sun Kick. And at that point, they're probably dead. If not, then you Blackout Kick, Rise and Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, Rise and Sun Kick. If you don't get the Rise and Sun Kick reset from the Blackout Kick, then you do a Fist of Fury instead. And always make sure to have Fey exposure up on the target with your Phalanx Stomp. But yeah, we were doing upwards of like 200k DPS. It is a target dummy, of course, but it is big damage. As you see here, Swing is actually very important. It's the third top damage and sixth top damage, so it's a big deal. Thunderfist is also 7th top damage, and it only hit one target. So if you can get it on a lot of pets, it's very, very efficient. But yeah, that's pretty much for the burst rotation. For your normal rotation, you simply just wanna... It actually depends if you're fighting a melee comp or not, because against melee comp, you want to Fist of Fury as much as possible, because that will give you big output damage and you'll parry all their attacks. If you're fighting casters that are more slippery, I would recommend Fist or Rise and Sun Kicking more. Because, example, a mage, you're only going to get to him for like 1 second at a time. you're not gonna get a full Fist of Fury out, and it's more worth just doing a Rising Sun Kick because it's more initial damage when you can channel the full Fist of Fury. So yeah, it depends on what you're fighting. But a big thing to keep in mind is having your Feyline Stomp, Fey Exposure always on the target. For me, I have a TellMeWhen that tracks it, and also my hit combo, I'm tracking that, so I'm always making sure that I don't lose that. You don't lose it by not doing the same attack 2 times in a row, so yeah, just don't do that. With our rotation changing, the only thing that's actually changing is every single time that Spinning Cranky comes up, you want to click it because of the Blackout Reinforcement now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, just play around Fist of Fury and Rising Sun Kick depending on what comp you're fighting. And keeping up Feyline is a must. You want to do that. You have to hit the target for it to come on the target as well. I got a proc, I'll use it. I have, let's see if we can stack some Teaching of the Monastery. I know I'm using my hit combos here, but it's for the experiment. Big damage. So yeah, there it is, that's for the rotation. Another thing I want to mention about the rotation that I just forgot is what's called your transfer the power. So this stacks up to 10, and when it stacks up to 10, your next Fist of Fury will increase by 30%, which is huge damage. So if it is possible before a go, you can stack this up, then you want to stack up to 10, because Fist of Fury hits for 30% more, which is huge. So yeah, if it's possible, if it's not big deal, but if you want to optimize it, this is how you do it. Because on the go, it will do a lot of damage. It hits for 170k here, which is huge damage. So yeah, if that's possible, make sure to do it. Okay, last thing I want to mention here is my TellMeWhens. They are very beneficial for your awareness. So first thing I have is I have my Kiefer Skyreach here. This will, when I hit the target, it will do the 6 seconds crit window I have. So I can see when I have my crit up. If I hit a new target, I have it up again. If I'm over here, it disappears. Back, it's here. So yeah, it's a huge deal actually, tracking this. So I definitely recommend doing that. Next one I have is Fey Exposure. So that's whenever you hit someone with your Feyline Stomp. So if I hit this guy with my Feyline Stomp, it's here. If I click on this guy, it goes away. So it's only for the target here. And yeah, the Fey Exposure is on him. So yeah, again, huge deal because you want to have this up as much as possible. Next one I have is my pressure point. So this is whenever you Fist of Fury, you get a 5-second crit for your Rising Sun Kick. So if I Fist of Fury, I stop it. I have my 5-second crit window here, so I can maximize that with my Rising Sun Kicks. Next up is my hit combo here. So I just track whenever I have my hit combo up. You can see here I get 1, 2, get 1 more. So yeah, that just tracks my hit combo, so I make sure not to drop it. I need to get out of combat. There we go. Next one I have is Ebb and Might. I was playing a lot with Aug, so I wanted to track their buff for whenever I needed to do my go. The one after that is my Vicious Vivification, which is the instant heal you have every 10 seconds from this talent. So whenever this is up, I can click the button and it's an instant heal, so I know it. It can be very beneficial if you're in combat, in arena, and you just want to have a quick little heal. You can just click the button and it's ready. Here, Improved Vivify can also be very beneficial if you click these on CD. Next one we have is the new one, Pressure or Blackout Reinforcement, which is the one you get from the tier set where you Spinning Crane Kick, or you get it from just melee attacking. You can see here, get it up in a sec. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long. Any second now, sure. Okay, interesting. Not getting lucky here. I also saw they are buffing this. Okay, I got one now, and you can see it goes down here. So yeah, TellMeWhens are extremely beneficial for your awareness with your own rotation, and you can track all kinds of debuff to buffs. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting these if you don't have them. You can also use weak auras for it. I have one weak aura for my karma, so whenever I click that, it shows me how much of my karma is left. It is baseline set to 50%, so I modified it to be 80% because that's what it is in PvP combat. So yeah, whenever I hit this, or hit my karma, I'll see, okay, there's 300k, 200k, and of course it goes down. And I can also see how many seconds of karma is left. So yeah, Uyghurs, TellMeWhens, everything that you can have for your own rotation awareness or other people's awareness is just key factor in Arena and World of Warcraft, so I definitely recommend getting those. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my 10.2 WindWalker Among Season 3 guide. I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you did, like it, comment, and yeah, I do stream over on Twitch, so if you want to follow me there, that would be hugely appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, boys.